Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
It's been a Monday full of snow squalls and some very high winds. The wind is dying down, but it's about to get colder. Sean.
Live at 6, the Local 4 defenders looking at what's next in the Oxford school shooting case. The investigation really just beginning. Much more to go, including possible new charges against the parents.
All right, Sean, but we're going to start here at 6, updating the breaking news we first brought you at 5. Police searching for the gunman who shot a person in the parking lot of a Beaumont Health Clinic in Orion Township.
Oakland County Sheriff's Department says the gunman robbed and shot the victim, trying to get payback for debt they owed, and ran away. The victim was shot in the leg and taken to the hospital. No word on their condition. Nearby businesses were put on a brief lockdown while deputies searched the facility, but the sheriff says the situation is now contained and this was not random.
All right, now to the investigations in the deadly shootings at Oxford High School. They're moving forward at the local, state, and now even federal levels.
Before we get to the case itself, here's a quick look at new developments with some of the people involved. Visitation is underway for Tate Muir, one of the 4 students killed in last Tuesday's shooting. The 16-year-old is being remembered at Kensington Church on Lapeer Road until 8 p.m. tonight. Visitation continues tomorrow morning before a funeral service at noon.
Also, funeral arrangements now set for Justin Schilling, and the funeral home has asked us to pass along this information. In light of COVID concerns, we've been asked to live stream Justin's funeral. That is set for 7 p.m. Thursday night. We will have a link to it right on the homepage of clickondetroit.com.
On a positive note, 14-year-old Oxford student Phoebe Arthur, who was on a ventilator after being shot in the chest and neck, has been released from the hospital and will continue her recovery at home. There's still one shooting victim, a 17-year-old female, hospitalized, and at last check, she was in stable condition.
Meanwhile, James and Jennifer Crumbley, parents of the accused in the case, remain in the Oakland County Jail after their arrest at a warehouse in Detroit early Saturday morning. They were tracked down after failing to appear for arraignment Friday on charges of involuntary manslaughter. They could face federal charges related to the purchase of the gun that police say was used in the shooting. Now, Defender Sean Lay first told us about those possible federal charges here in our 5 o'clock report.
And Sean is back now with how the shooting investigation is advancing on several fronts. And Sean, there are so many questions that still need to be answered here.
And Attorney General Kimberly Dana Nessel says she wants to answer some of those questions. If Oxford school officials failed to report a threat, that's against state law. If so, we're learning that Devin mentioned possible federal gun charges. They're being investigated here against Ethan Crumbley's parents. And was a friend of the parents actually hiding them? Well, he just met with sheriff's investigators. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel confirming her office will look into if school officials violated laws by failing to report a possible threat when they met with Ethan Crumbley and his parents hours before the shooting.
The superintendent specifically indicated that they were looking at having a third party investigate. Frankly, I can think of no agency that is better situated to perform such an investigation than the Michigan Department of Attorney General.
The defenders have also learned tonight leaders of the U.S. Marshals Agency in Washington are angry that Ethan Crumbley's parents, James and Jennifer, were apparently not being watched by law enforcement. And when they were charged with involuntary manslaughter Friday, the two were nowhere to be found. An all-out manhunt had to take place to find them. Here's law enforcement expert Steve Dolan.
In my case, I probably would have had someone watching the people, but things happen and it's unfortunate. They're in custody. It ended well, but I don't know which agency may have dropped the ball.
Jennifer Crumbley is credited with taking a photo of artist Andres Sikora for a recent news article. Tonight, he just met with investigators after letting them in his Detroit building, not knowing they were wanted. Could he face charges?
One of the interesting questions is going to be what evidence do they have that Mr. Sikora knew that these two were wanted by the police, that they had a warrant for their arrest?
Back here live, that's Local 4 legal analyst Neil Rockheim saying the potential charges against Sikora could be concealing someone to avoid a warrant or accessory after the fact if it's found that he committed a crime here. However, he also may be used by prosecutors as a witness depending on what the Crumbleys may have told him or sent him in text messages. Again, Sikora is cooperating. He just met with sheriff's investigators, and again, he's reiterating that he did not know that they were wanted. I'm Defender Sean Lay, Local 4, back to you.
All right, Sean, to a lot of people, I think there's a lot that seems cut and dried here, but clearly a long road ahead for the investigation. Kim?
Absolutely.
Tomorrow marks a week since that nightmare unfolded in the halls of Oxford High School. Many in the community are left wondering when children will return to school. And tonight we have some insight from the district. Local 4's Rod Maloney is live at Oxford High with the schedule. Rod, good evening.
Good evening, Kimberly. They're talking more about a soft reopening here, which means that they're putting counseling ahead of classes. And they also say that when they do have classes restart, there's going to be a police presence. As for the high school itself, we simply don't know when it's going to reopen. Outside Oxford High School today, the hugs plentiful, the makeshift memorial growing larger by the minute, and now many mourners taking up the offer to write supportive words. School remains a distant thought. And yet the Oxford School District put out this statement today, quote, "It will be quite some time before the high school is ready to serve as an educational setting again. The plan for high school students is still evolving, and we will communicate it to you once it's solidified." But life is slowly moving back to a new normal. As for athletics, all games and competitions canceled. Coaches busily working on practice locations that may end up in other school districts. Athletes can expect practices to resume, though, on Thursday. Coaches are going to contact them with those plans. Students attending Oakland Technical Education Center won't have classes this week. At Oxford's early college program, students need to know that teachers are developing personal plans to complete those classes. Students will receive those plans by email. Oxford's DK through 8 Bridges and Crossroads students will be off Monday through Thursday. Staff returns to school on Thursday. Students return for a half day of school on Friday. Next Monday, they return to their regular schedule. The Oxford Virtual Academy opens to staff virtually on Wednesday. Thursday, both staff and students resume online classes. The Oxford Hybrid program, both primary and secondary levels, resume in person and online Thursday, along with the Oxford Community Vendor classes. Friday, the OVA labs reopen. This afternoon, the high school principal put out a letter talking to parents, giving them a little bit more guidance about where things are. And this afternoon, they were giving away food that they would normally give away here at the high school over at the middle school. And they had several dozen people coming in and accepting that food that's supposed to go for the next 5 days. Back to you.
Yeah, and Rada, is there any other counseling available to these students?
As a matter of fact, there's going to be counseling available tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we'll make sure that we link to the principal's note to make sure that students and families know where to go if they want to get that counseling.
Yeah, they will need it. Okay. Thanks, Rod.
The checklist is kind of full today weather-wise. High winds, snow squalls all over the place, bursts of sunshine too. So just kind of your average December day.
Let's not leave out cold too.
Yeah.
There's a big drop in temperatures coming, Andrew.
Bottom line, snowy, windy, cold. Those are the three things to remember as we go through this evening as well. Wind advisory still up until 7 o'clock for Detroit and all of southeast Michigan. We're still seeing wind gusts up there around 25, 35 miles per hour or greater. They can still easily bring down a tree branch or a whole tree if it's not rooted properly or if it's decaying. Plus, here's a look at some of the snow that's occurring. You still have this ribbon of snow moving across areas like Milford, where it just exited, also headed toward Wixom within the next few moments. Also farther down to the south, you can see that over here to our west, actually west of Ann Arbor. You got this area here about to move through the community of Bridgewater. This will move over Route 23 and into parts of Lenawee and Monroe counties within the next 30 minutes or so. So watch out for still whiteout conditions in some areas and slippery conditions in others. We're looking at temperatures declining as well. We're already seeing low 30s out there. We'll be in the 20s later on tonight. We'll talk more about this advisory after it expires. What happens next? More on tonight's forecast, tomorrow's forecast, and your next 7 days in minutes.
All right, Andrew, let's turn now to the coronavirus and the newest numbers in from the state. The health department telling us it's recorded 16,590 new cases over the past 3 days. That would be an average of 5,500 cases per day, which would be down significantly. But again, as we remind you, most Mondays, there is less testing that takes place on weekends. 215 new COVID outbreaks at schools are also being reported. Davison Middle School holds the most cases, 20 outbreaks there. We've lost 127 Michiganders to the virus. That includes 47 from a vital records review. Meantime, Tougher restrictions have gone into effect for international travelers trying to enter the U.S. to try to slow the spread of the Omicron variant. All visitors have to show proof of a negative COVID test within 1 day of their departure. President Biden also extended a mask mandate on buses, trains, and flights, and that's been extended to run now through March of next year. Tonight, we're also learning more about the toll the pandemic is taking on other aspects of our health and the impact of a rare vaccine side effect. First, new information about COVID and kids. Dr. Frank McGeorge here with the latest on all of it. Doc.
Yeah, Devin. So we're talking about cases of a rare but potentially life-threatening post-COVID complication in children that are increasing. It's called multisystem inflammatory syndrome, or MIS-C. Now, new numbers from the CDC find MIS-C cases were up more than 8% in November. The CDC counted nearly 6,000 cases through November 30th, but caution, the actual number could be higher. In fact, more than 50 children in the U.S. have died from MIS-C, and the complication is one of the many reasons that public health officials are strongly encouraging parents to get their children vaccinated. Now, meanwhile, there's encouraging new research on a rare vaccine side effect called myocarditis. Researchers studied 139 cases of the heart inflammation that occurred following the COVID vaccine. They found most of the symptoms were mild and patients recovered quickly. In fact, fewer than 20% were actually admitted to the ICU. Now, it's still unclear what causes the inflammation, but the CDC says the benefits from the COVID vaccine outweigh this rare risk. Now, finally, it's probably not a surprise, but new research shows significant increases in blood pressure levels during the coronavirus pandemic. The Cleveland Clinic study compared readings from April through December of 2020 with those from that same time period in 2019. The authors determined the increases in blood pressure were likely related to changes in eating habits, increased alcohol consumption, less physical activity, decreased medication adherence, more emotional stress, and of course, poor sleep. Now, that increase can obviously have very serious consequences. High blood pressure is associated with a significant increase in death from stroke and heart disease among middle-aged adults.
And Doc, a lot of people know that they've been feeling these increased stress levels, maybe for long stretches of time for over the last 2 years. But we also know that a lot of people are skipping those routine visits to the doctor where their blood pressure might be checked, right?
Yeah, that's exactly it. You know, it's really important to get in to see your primary care doctor for those routine tests and even a blood pressure check. High blood pressure, it can be treated, but not unless you know you have it.
Exactly right. Yeah. All right, Frank.
All right, still ahead, a smuggling case with a twist inside the Wayne County Jail. We'll show you who the sheriff says was sneaking in drugs.
Also coming up, turning her grief into meaningful change. You'll hear from the woman who got a new law passed after losing several of her family members to a drunk driver when we come back.